A very good evening, everyone, and thanks for tuning in with Syeta Labs. You're warmly welcome to Rank Up with Syeta, the brand new talk series organized by Syeta Labs. Syeta Labs is a growing startup focused on delivering and maintaining quality software and services ranging from web and mobile applications to artificial intelligence and Internet of Things. This Rank Up with Syeta will be a series of talks on technology and related things to encourage our young entrepreneurs to improve their skills and to get into the field of IT. So, this first session of this series of talks is today, and it's conducted by Mr. Pasindu Upendra. Mr. Pasindu Upendra is the founder of Todd Creatives, and he has experience of about 10 years on freelancing and 7 years of freelancing on Upwork. He also worked as the business development manager from 2014 to 2015 in Kuwait, working for Channels Media Kuwait. So tonight we are going to have the session on the topic freelancing on Upwork. So Mr. Pasindu Upendra, the floor is yours. And sir, we are warmly welcoming you for Syeta Labs. Mr. Pasindu, I think you're on mute.
Hi guys, I'm really sorry about that. So again, thank you very much for the opportunity, and Kshan, thanks again. And it's great to hereby, and I like to thank Seattle Lab to creating this opportunity for anyone who's like joining to us and listening to us right now from their home or anywhere you work. And I hope that this will help you to get started on freelancing, and I hope you will learn something when I explain things from my experience, and hope for the best. All right, so let's get started. Let me share. All right. I hope that you guys already have an idea what's about the Upwork. I mean, most of the guys are working nowadays on Fiverr, and there's these two platforms have very different opportunities. Let's say Fiverr, basically you offer gigs. On Upwork, you can apply to jobs and uh, submit proposals and select your let's say what you guys can work on, and you can get hourly paid by hourly or on fixed price. So another thing about Upwork is there are like payment protection systems, and um, you know you can increase your rates and get paid more when you like move forward with your experience and your work quality. So let me give you a brief introduction to Upwork. Back in 2009, Upwork used to call Ordisk. Yeah, it was Ordisk, and there are another platform called Ellens, and Ordisk acquired this company Ellens, and now uh, the company is called Upwork. And uh, basically, I mean, when I started, there was no this much, I mean, saturated market, and there was not this much competition when I started on this platform. But nowadays, from third world countries, from Bangladesh to India, and Pakistan, so there are a lot of freelancers nowadays. I mean, uh, India and Pakistan, basically there are ton of IT engineers and developers and stuff like that. So they offer very cheap prices to clients, and it's kind of hurting to see the platform is now going little bit towards low end of the market. Uh, basically we used to do, from my experience, we used to do 5 pages websites for like $250 minimum. But nowadays there are a lot of guys, I mean, it's not some people looking towards the quality of the work, but towards the uh, price range they are offering. So that's why most of the people nowadays have a lot of hard time getting uh, selected on jobs. And the competition is a little bit high on the Upwork. But if you like work really hard on your profile, I mean, don't get discouraged or anything like that. Don't just submit a proposal and uh, you know uh, don't like um, um, give up when you submit let's say when you try for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or something like that, and when you don't get you know uh, don't get selected to a job, you might get discouraged, and you might you know lose the motivation you have for the platform. So okay, here's the session program. And I'm planning to cover creating a perfect profile, and tips for submitting proposals, and getting selected for the jobs, and keeping up with the clients. Even after getting the job done, you might need to keep up with the client. There will be communication issues and disputes. So I will try to help you guys how to handle clients too, and budgeting, and how to get more, and a Q&A session. And Syeta Lab guys will explain to you that what are the opportunities they have for you if you join in with them. So let's move forward. Okay. Okay, creating a dog profile. So uh, the first thing, when you register on your platform on Upwork, the first thing you have to do is creating a profile. So uh, the, the approach we have to do here is, let's say you don't be very strict. I mean, some this is like, you have to understand this is a platform where people trying to find a cheap and effective ways of getting their jobs done. So I mean, these kind of clients and employers, they are not that strict. So don't be very strict. You have to like be creative there. Nowadays Upwork offers you can upload a profile video too, explaining what you can offer for them. You can try that too. Okay, so what sets us apart? um, Eye-catching headline. So when you add a title for your profile, be a little bit creative, and think outside of the box. Let's say, uh, for example, when I started working as a marketing, on online marketing, search engine optimization, and social media marketing, what I added was a marketing ninja for hire. So be a little bit creative, and that will help you to get attention from the client. And the next part is introduce yourself. Yeah. So most of the profiles I saw, I mean, I didn't work on Upwork for, like, let's say, last couple of years. And when Syeta Labs guys asked me to uh, join them to host this session, I get back to the platform, and I tried to do a little bit of research for the session. The most of the guys, what they do is they introduce themselves. Let's say, hi, my name is blah blah blah, and I can do these things, and um, basically take let's say a lot of words with about their text, what the languages are they are fluent at, what they can do and stuff like that. Yeah, you have to include those things too. But let's say you have to offer something to the for the client. Um, let's say client is I'm talking about from my experience. So I would take web developing as a example. So when I create the profile, I offered people, if they are looking at my profile, I offered them that I know these languages, and I can offer you um, e-commerce solutions and stuff like that. So you have to add to the description that what you can offer to the client, apart from the technology expertise that you have. So that's a point that you have to keep on your mind. And yeah, show off your expertise. So the next part is uh, creating your portfolio. uh, Creating your portfolio. So if you have, I mean, most of the people don't I mean, as a client, I mean, as a client myself, when I review application, let's say from a freelancer, I usually don't pay that much attention to their educational background or anything like that. I usually look at the proposals they submitted to me, and what is their portfolio, what is their experience. Uh, so the, when you're creating your profile, you have to pay a very close attention to your portfolio too. uh, I mean, it doesn't matter. At least you don't have to include uh, 10, 12, 20 or something like that portfolios to your profile. At least include one or two, three or something like that. At least three portfolios would be fine. And give a description, what you have done on that project, and what are the technologies you used. And uh, a client will give you a great review too. I mean, if it's from Upwork, but if you did it on another platform, or if it's a let's say hands-on project, still that's enough. Keep it in mind that you have to add what we call it a portfolio items too. And Upwork has introduced a new feature, and uh, it's called testimonials. So you can get testimonials nowadays from your completed projects. Keep that in mind too. And when you create your profile, start from low rates, low hourly rates. I hope that you have an idea about fixed prices and hourly rates, but I will include that later on our conversation. So start from sorry. Let's say if you are do a little bit research when you're creating your profile. Do a little bit market research. What are the rates that currently going on the platform on Upwork, and keep it low when you if you are just getting started. All right. So keep it a little bit low, be creative, add portfolio items, and you have to complete your basic readiness list. But nowadays, I'm not sure that qualified as a readiness test for the platform, because answers are already available, publicly available on search engine. So, but the thing is, you can do other tests. Let's say you are expert on uh, CSS or Flutter, or any language, that any computer language that you know There are tests available on Upwork. You can complete those tests, and you can get more points from clients when they usually review your profile and your proposal. They will look at your proposal and your profile, and they will see that you have completed those tests too. So it's kind of a point for you guys from Upwork, and you kind of verified your expertise on the platform. So keep that in mind too. Yeah, I already covered this. Be a little bit funky and professional. Yeah. Um, be creative. I mean, let's say when you go to an interview, and if someone asks you to introduce yourself, you don't get too grumpy. And I mean, I mean, keep that in mind. You have to keep an open mind and be a creative little bit. Don't include ton of technological terms and stuff like that. It will be a headache when I mean, for example, you guys, we usually don't read, we don't like to read that much, right? So try to deliver your points quickly with a short description. I mean, some of the Upwork profiles have ton of description on their profiles, and I don't think I haven't read those description that much. From first few 3 2 sentences, you have to deliver what your expertise and what you can do for the client. So keep that in mind. And can we go back? All right. So okay. You have to do a English test, and that would be great too. I mean, there's a already a test available on Upwork. Do that test too. That would basically what we had. I mean, from client perspective, what I had in difficulties with the platform was when I worked as a client. When going to hire people, uh, on the languages section, they say they are fluent in language in English, but if I have to go through a screening process, or if I want them to talk to me, they usually refuse, and or someone else is speaking behalf of them. So that's kind of a hard thing we have to deal with in the past. So do the testing, do these tests, and improve your English language skills too. I mean, you don't have to be very that much fluent on English. At least be a little bit be confident about yourself, and try to uh, you know uh, have at least a little bit conversation with your client. So most of the time, yeah, if client asks you to have a discussion on another platform, or if they ask you to Skype, at least you can communicate with your client very easily. And uh, yeah, you can, as you can see now, these I got from Upwork blog, that what are the great example profiles that they can show to the people. So as you can see, they have he has top rated badge as well. So these badges, okay, when you get started on Upwork, when you when you when you keeping up with your work, and if you are getting projects, and if you get at least 3 projects per week, and you have to maintain that for 6 months, you have to communicate with your client very frequently, and keep those channels open. You will get, if you keep that up for like 6 months, you will get this top rated badge. And this has top rated plus badge. I have no idea about that, I'm really sorry about that, but you can do a Google research, right? So I don't have to cover that. But the point is, if you keep up with your work, and if you keep up with your clients, you will get rewarded for that effort you are putting. The thing is, if you get top rated or anything like that as a client, when we are going to submit a proposal, sorry, a job, you will basically get referred to us from the Upwork. So when I post a job, they will refer, all right, these freelancers are available, and these freelancers are uh, like top rated or rising talents. They have rising talent, so send them an invitation, or you know, do a little bit of interview with them. So I usually send interview invites to those people, and yeah, the platform will reward for the badges and for the work you are putting into. All right. Uh, okay. The hour rates, yeah, I already covered that, and yeah, those are 5 stars feedbacks. So you have to keep up with your client, and you have to satisfy your client's needs. Then you can get 5 star feedbacks, and those stars will show up on your profile. All right. Attention grabbing proposals. All right. This is the a very important one. I mean, most of the people, I believe most of the people already have a Upwork profile, and if you are not getting jobs, or if you are not getting jobs on the platform, is either your profile, or it's something wrong with your proposal. Okay. Proposals. So when it comes to proposals, uh, the thing Upwork asks us for is like a cover letter. We have to submit a cover letter, and now there are a few screening questions too. Uh, so when back in 2010, when I started uh, freelancing, what I did was like, uh, believe me, it took me 1 year to get my first project on Upwork. So I had to like try for 1 year to get my first project, but it was very rewarding. It was around $800, and I was like, I hit a jackpot. But yeah, so back in those days, we didn't have any guides or anything like that. Okay, so sorry about that. Back in those days, we didn't have any guidelines, or anywhere we can find these things that we are discussing now. And I had to keep submitting proposals and try different things to figure out how to get jobs easily. Uh, what I discovered was, um, sorry, uh, keep it simple, and address clients' issues and give them a solution in a simple proposal cover letter. When you are submitting your proposal on cover letter, don't include, I mean, some people just write essays about their past experience and stuff like that. But let's say when a client or someone posting a job, they usually say, all right, I need to get this thing done by this date, and my budget is this, right? So basically what you can offer them is a solution or a strategy that you can help your client to achieve their needs. All right. So example, uh, when I my first job I got was, um, a client from an agency from United States was trying to trying to promote their mixtape. All right. So Reverb Nation, yeah, that's the sign. So they were trying to increase listens and stuff like that on that platform, the Reverb Nation platform. And I got the job basically saying a strategy on the cover letter about how I can achieve those results for the client. All right. So I basically kept it simple, and I told him what my strategy is uh, uh, meet the client requirement, and that's how I won my first job. So I mean, it's not basically that's not the whole thing, but you have to keep that in mind, that when you are submitting a proposal, when you are submitting your cover letter, don't write essays. Don't just copy paste a ready-made cover letter. All right, you have to customize your cover letter to meet your client requirements. All right. uh, if let's say if you are a developer, and basically just if client just giving you an idea or a summary of their idea, you can introduce them, all right, we can do this project by using these languages, and we can complete this project by this deadline. All right. So that's the point. You have to keep that in mind too. I mean, if you have some portfolios or sites or a project similar to what client is asking, you can include links or something like that on on your cover letter. But most importantly, keep that in mind. You have to address your client um, uh, issue or their requirement. All right, that will, I mean, the first thing client going to read is your cover letter. So the cover letter is, it's kind of a little bit too professional, but don't just write up a say or ton of sentences about stuff you have done in past, and you have done those things, blah 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 blah. No one's going to read that. All right, just keep that. Let's say you are all right, you can do React, Flutter, a ton of frameworks and stuff like that, and you include all these things on the cover letter. And when client is reading that cover letter, he's not going to pay attention, because that the things you are mentioning is not helping them. So keep that in mind too. And yeah, they're asking some screening question nowadays. And but those screening questions, most of the time, Upwork is like giving us, they are prompting us to include those questions, um, like how much time it will take, what you can I mean, what you can do to make this project a successful or something like that. uh, you can cover those things on your cover letter, but if those questions are asked below the cover letter, you have to answer them too. Don't be too professional, don't be too like strict with your things. uh, Give an idea. I mean, it's about the job description. All right, if the person who posted the job is professional, and he's like a little bit strict, you have to be professional too. Don't address them uh, by their name, or just say hi or hello. um, you can write a professional, I mean, if it's like a professional job post. All right, other than that, you can address your client by their first name. Don't say dear, don't say dear. Be a little bit simple. And you can say hi or hello or something like that. And keep it a little bit funky, and easy to approach angle. All right, that's the thing you have to keep in mind too. So proposals, we covered that. And all right, you guys can ask questions. I mean, the Q&A session is coming after, when I finish this presentation. So if you have any questions or anything like that, you can type a comment on the stream, and Rukshan will shoot those questions towards me. All right. So the next thing is keeping up with your client. Okay, so when you deal with the client, you have to keep an open mind. All right, don't be very judgmental or very uh, you know uh, just keep your mind open, and as you deal with your client, you will get to uh, understand how your client works. Some clients are very very flexible. You can talk with them about your deadlines, and if there are issue with the project, you can go back and forth with clients. But some clients is not like that. They are very basically, you have to understand that the mindset and the entitlement they have. All right. So if you are working with a client who are in United States or something like that, uh, uh, some people are very easy to deal with. They are very simple, but some people are not like that. um, all right. So when you work with your client, get to know what your client is like, how you can communicate with them. And if you're having a trouble, make sure you know uh, keep your client updated on those issues. All right. Even if you have personal issue, or if you have anything with your work, any issue with your work, keep that in mind, that uh, uh, keep him up to date. And if you are having trouble with your deadlines or any issue with requirements, uh, keep an open channel. All right, communicate with your client. And if you are having a hard time dealing with your client, and if he's giving you a hard time, end the contract and issue a refund. That way they will not, let's say if you are working hourly, all right, after a few couple of days, you understand that he's very strict, and let's say it's not worth the hassle. All right. If let's say if you started on the platform for $5 per hour, and you are doing SEO, all right, and he's asking for, when you get the job, he was talking about something about, let's say, ranking of article or something like that. But suddenly he changed his needs or requirement, and now he's asking a lot more. And it's not worth it. Don't try to keep it up. And if you get an idea that it's kind of hard to deal with the client, and you might the client is unsatisfied with their work, just end the contract and refund the whole amount to the client. That way, even if they leave you a bad feedback or something like that, that feedback will be removed if you refund the client. All right, keep that in mind. If you have hard time with the troubled client, uh, just end the contract. Don't like keep up with his uh, with the workload. And if he's hard to satisfy, and if he's not getting your effort that you are putting to, if he not understand that, don't keep up with the client. Even though if you're already done, I mean, most of us, let's say we work for like 3 months or something like that, we have put a lot of work to the thing, and we don't that to go wasted, right? So we try to keep up with the client requirement, and uh, we think hopefully we can fix the issue with the client. But don't don't bother, because most of the time, even after client is satisfied with the work you have done, some he might leave you three or two feedbacks, which might hurt your profile in the long run. Let's say it's your first project, and you kept that up with that client, and he left you two bad feedback. Now your profile is now kind of gone, because now you have a two-star feedback. So don't get attached to clients. And even if you have issues with client, don't take them personal. And uh, you know be very clear about your requirement and about his requirement and what you can offer. And if they're asking something else uh, which is not described in the on the job description when he posted that job, uh, send him a reminder that be friendly, all right? Don't be very harsh towards your clients. uh, be friendly and just remind him that this is not on the job description and we might have to charge you more, and or this budget is not enough to complete this requirement, and please you know create another job and send us a review, send us an invitation, and we will work on that too, all right? So be friendly, don't get attached clients, and you know um I mean, work with clients safely. All right, they can ruin your profile if they are unsatisfied with your work. Just refund him, apologize to him, and uh, play safe with them. All right. Uh, if you have any questions regarding the communication part, you can ask those questions on this session's comment section. All right. So getting paid. Okay, this is the best part, right? Okay, so I will explain to you about the payment structure on Upwork. They have two options. All right, you can work on hourly projects, hourly rated projects, or fixed price project. All right, fixed price project. Okay, um, hourly projects work like this. Okay, you have to work for 7 days. It's Monday to Sunday, and they have a time tracking application, Upwork application. You have to install that on your computer and track your time. All right. Basically, client can review. I mean, what um, the effectiveness of these hourly rate is uh, calculated by the keystrokes and the mouse clicks, and they are taking a screenshot on your computer too. So if you are working on hourly project, don't while working on the project, don't open new windows or new tabs and do your private work. Even if you work like it's they take that screenshot I mean uh, they have a time span of 10 minutes, but it's random. All right, so when they took that screenshot, if you were like, let's say you were working for like 9 minutes, and you just open a tab to let's say uh, uh, open up a music video on YouTube, and if they grab that screenshot, you have to delete that screenshot from the hourly log. So when you delete that screenshot, you will lose 10 minutes of your work. All right, so even if you work for like 9 minutes and you just trying to change up your music on another tab, if they take the screenshot, I mean, client will see that you were or you were on YouTube or something like that, and you will have to explain that to the client. All right, otherwise you can, there's option to delete that screenshot, but if you delete that screenshot, you will lost that 10 minutes of work. All right, so keep that in mind too. So you have to work for a week, then client has 5 days to review that work you done, and after that client can dispute. Yeah, dispute will happen if you done those things that I mentioned before. uh, we can actually, if when client is reviewing your work log, we can actually see your activities on the platform on Upwork. The Upwork software is tracking your activities. All right, so if they are not they can basically dispute the work if your work is not up to their needs. All right, and if they are not satisfied your work, they can dispute that too. All right, that there will be a lot of back and forth, communications. But avoid those things too. And yeah, basically it will take a little bit time to get paid on our, let's say, even if you work for uh, 3 days on, let's say, Sunday to Wednesday, and you have to wait um, basically 8 or 9 days till uh, yeah, I mean, it depends basically. uh, Sometimes client payment method get failed, or client payment method is uh, you know um, uh, the the billing didn't went through, or something like that. If something like that happen, it might take that little bit time. But when you see the job post, you will see it's payment verified or payment unverified. Don't work on payment unverified, or don't waste your time submitting proposals to those payment unverified job posts. Because most of the time, when client is posting a job, um, they basically, Upwork asks us to verify our payment first. If they skip that step ahead, I don't they are just looking for options. Don't be like that. So if you see the payment verification, payment unverified text on the job post, don't bother to apply to that job. All right. And another thing I missed on uh, sorry, submitting a job proposal thing. Upwork has introduced a credit system where they will deduct a few credits when you are submitting a proposal. So basically, the minimum connects are 2 connects. So even if the job is around $200 or something like that, it's 2 to 4 connects. Uh, it's based on a client spending and the project budget. All right. So when you see, okay, I mean, in I don't know. Basically, I didn't follow up anyone in Sri Lanka, or I didn't keep in touch with those things. But some people, what they do is they try to bypass those security measures on the platform. Don't do those things. Don't bother. don't don't create a few different profiles and try to bypass that connect system. Connects are there to help you guys. All right. I mean, back in those my days when those things were not available, when you submit a job, basically within 5 minutes, 50 proposal would submitted within 5 minutes of time span. All right. What they do is they just copy paste that cover letter and just submit. They don't even read the job description properly. So don't do that. Save your connect. If just when you're submitting the proposal, uh, be make sure that you are very confident about the work, and you can uh, get this job, and you can successfully complete this job. All right. Don't bother to submit proposals to every job description, job post that you see. All right. Read the job description properly. Doesn't matter if there's already 30 proposals are submitted by other freelancers, or I mean, if that job post grabbed your attention, or if you would if you like to, like, really like the job, and you are very confident about yourself, about the work that you can do to this client, submit the proposal. Other than that, don't don't submit ton of proposals for the within a day or two or something like that. Screen through your job posts and select the job post that you that has possibility that you might get those jobs. All right, so keep that in mind too. Be safe with connects. Don't submit proposals to every job post that you see. All right. All right, back to the topic, getting paid. All right. So if you you fixed projects, all right, hourly projects, I believe I covered that part. Fixed jobs, all right, when client is submitting the job post, they basically uh, they basically offer the amount they can pay for the work. All right, let's say 250 or something like that. uh, Keep that in mind. Upwork payment guaranteed thing is coming from hourly rates, not the fixed price thing. But the thing is, even with the fixed price, escrow is available on Upwork. But you know, there's a lot of bad things going on internet. um, for example, I will give you an example. Some people might uh, do a bad credit card or something like that. They might use a bad credit card to post this job post, fixed price job. And when you get the when client award you the project, that amount might charge from the card. But after a few days, that client might charge back uh, from the Upwork. So if that happens, the client would be banned, but Upwork doesn't give you any guarantee on that. But I have worked, I mean, I prefer working on fixed price because, you know, now, I mean, I mean, it's up to you guys. I mean, let's say if you are doing administrative task on a server or something like that, you can get paid hourly. I mean, you can that effectiveness of more than fixed price, you can get paid hourly. It's up to you guys. I mean, you have to decide what's best for you. All right, I preferred fixed prices because the thing is, I know how much work I have to do and how much I am getting. If you go to the um, I'm sorry, when I see the job post, I let's say I can do that job within 3 days. And if I go with hourly, if I charge $25 per hour and work for 8 hours per day, and client is proposing like 800 US dollars of a budget, so I can calculate, I can get paid more if I work on the fixed price job, right? So that's up to you guys to decide. All right. uh, a fixed price job, basically a client is client post the job and you apply to it, and congratulations, you have like selected as a you know applicant, and you went through the interview, and you are now getting awarded with the project. All right, now client has to put that money amount on the escrow. And when you complete the job, and when client is going to end the contract, then the money will be transferred to your account. All right, so you have to wait till you complete the project. All right, but yeah, I mean, you can get bonuses and stuff like that if client is giving you more work than you expected. You can communicate with client and ask get tips and bonuses and stuff like that. But the point is, you have to wait till you complete the project. All right, that's the difference between hourly and fixed price jobs. And all right, getting paid, I have done that. So let's say, all right, let's say there's a dispute. All right, if there's dispute, uh, I mean, try to avoid disputes, because most of the time Upwork would take, uh, you know, client side. I mean, they say that it's like fair uh, decision, but most of the time you have to make sure that you avoid disputes as much as you can, because if a client dispute the payment or dispute the work you have done, most of the time Upwork would take client side. All right, because clients are the people who's paying for the platform, right? Most of the time I'm saying most of the time, because uh, if you are getting paid less than 500 US dollars, the Upwork fee, right, is 20%. So if you are getting like $100 payment, you are only getting like $80. Upwork charges 20% if you are getting paid less than 500 US dollars. If it's more than 500 but less than 1,000, it's now to 10%. It reduced to 10%. And if it's more than 1,000, uh, it's yeah. uh, I'm not sure about that, but just do a quick search and uh, be familiar with the Upwork fee structure. All right. um, all right, I think I covered that too. It's already 56 minutes passed by. Damn. So yeah. uh all right, so hopefully I covered pretty much everything. All right, keeping up with the client, budgeting and more dollars. Yeah. All right. So, Rukshan, back to you. Rukshan. All right, guys. If you have any question or suggestions for this session, uh, just leave a comment down below. All right. So, Rukshan is there, but his mic is muted. Uh,
Hello, Mr. Upendra. Yes, I was
Hello,
having connection
Rukshan.
issue at the
Hello.
moment.
Welcome back. I think
Um,
I talked enough. So back to you.
yes, thank you very much, Mr. Pasindu Upendra, for the valuable talk on freelancing on Upwork. So, if our live stream viewers have any questions, you can post them in the live stream comment section, and I'll forward to Mr. Pasindu to get a clarification on those issues. So, guys, if you have any questions on freelancing on Upwork or related things, you can direct them to the comment section under the live stream of Facebook. While you guys are asking questions, let me reintroduce Mr. Pasindu. He's having about more than 10 years of experience on freelancing and about 7 years of freelancing on Upwork itself. So guys, you can get a lot from him, uh, and you can take answers for your questions by posting them on the comments.
All right. I will jump here. All right. As you mentioned, Rukshan, the job I got overseas in Kuwait, which was offered uh, from a client I found on Upwork. So when I was working for them, I mean, I was able to, um, uh, let's say, go more and beyond. And they were very satisfied with my work, and they offered me a job position and in Kuwait for as a web bureau, sorry, a business development manager. And I had a great time there too. And yeah, the thing is, job desk is not for me. That's why I came back in 2015. And but other than that, there are a lot of opportunities and you know available out there if you can do a good job on the platform. Is there any questions, Rukshan?
Um, Not yet, Mr. Pasindu. We are waiting. Let's wait a couple of minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
uh,
until our live stream viewers ask some questions, shall I forward a question of my own?
yeah, sure, Rukshan. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. One question I have regarding Upwork, Mr. Pasindu, is when you first try to get your profile accepted by Upwork, it's a bit hard for to get it accepted at the first. So, do you have any tips for getting it accepted quickly?
Yeah, I mean, nowadays they do a video screening too. So they would call you and do a video screening too. But when you creating your profile, don't submit to review to Upwork without completing them uh, without completing the whole uh, profile. I mean, uh, that will I mean, if you guys can at least upload a 30 seconds to 1 minute video introducing yourself to your profile, at least for um, at least for temporarily, to get the profile approved, that would be great. I mean, basically, you announce yourself as a authentic person. And up, basically Upwork itself then that can see uh, um, you are present. The issue with this profile acceptance, Rukshan, as I mentioned before, nowadays the platform is a little bit structured. So they have a lot of bots and a lot of fake profiles. So that's why Upwork has introduced these security measures. So to get your profile approved, complete your profile as much as you can. Include a work experience that you have, include educational credentials that you have, and add a portfolio item or two at least. And meanwhile, do a test too on Upwork. Other than Upwork readiness test and English test, do a testing on the test on the expertise that you have, which will help you in getting the Upwork profile approved. All right. I hope that answered your question, Rukshan.
Yes, yes, Mr. Pasindu, that answers my question.
All right.
Um, yes, another question, Mr. Pasindu. Talking about this work from home situation due to the pandemic situation, I think most of our young generation are trying to find ways to become entrepreneurs online, uh, enhancing their skills, web development, mobile development skills. So, how do you contrast it to a traditional job? Working on Upwork, is it feasible to make it full time, or should it be a hobby? What is your idea on that?
I mean, basically it depends. All right. So if you already have a job, and if you are working, don't just quit your job and join to a platform. I mean, yeah, I can see your point, Rukshan, because uh, I saw back in those days there are a lot of internet marketing courses, e-money courses. So uh, I blame those people too, because um, I will give you an example. When I was in Kuwait, uh, I wanted some to do some outsourcing work. All right, so I posted a job, and yeah, I saw Sri Lankan. All right, so when I saw the Sri Lankan, uh, the emotional things took part of me. So I considered him, even though if even he didn't have the uh, experience. He promised me that he can complete the work, and I gave him the work. But unfortunately, he couldn't complete the whole thing. I mean, the thing is, he didn't even work on the project. He just went over on the project, and after a week, he sent me a message. Sorry, I had to do these things. Blah blah blah. So the thing is, uh, if you're considering to do a freelancing, uh, you have to keep that in mind. It's not that easy, it's not that simple. You have to put a lot of effort. I mean, a lot of people think that freelancing is very easy to do. You can get ton of dollars and ton of amount. Yeah, you have to. You can earn more and you can be very free, but when you get started, you have to sacrifice. All right, you have to do a lot of sacrifices. You have to, spend sleepless nights, and so my opinion is, if you are already working, all right, if you already have a job, full-time job, if you are considering joining to the freelancing work, first start on a low point. Let's say very small jobs and stuff like that. As you build your profile, as you improve your work experience, there would be a time that you can consider working full on freelancing full time. All right. What I preferred was, my targeted client base was in United States. All right. So what I did was, um, I started to sleep on the day and work on nights. That way, there's a time difference, like 12 hours of a time difference. So I needed to reduce that gap. Uh, so I worked night when I started working on Upwork. So uh, without having a stable foundation or stable ground to put your foot on, don't consider freelancing full time uh, at once. But if you are a beginner, or if it's the first job, that's also, you have to keep that in mind. You have to be very sure that you can complete the job. Otherwise, when you get the job, uh, uh, and you fail to deliver the client work, you might get your bad feedback, and you ruin your reputation, and you might not be able to, you might get a hard time getting another project. So keep that in mind. If you already have a job, uh, while keeping that job, start small with with something small, and as you improve, you can go to you know full-time freelancing. The thing is, Rukshan, when you build your profile, when you build your credentials, after a while you don't even have to go through job post. All right, but my experience was, when I got top rated badge, I didn't even bother to look at the job board. Right? I didn't even bother to apply for the job. Every week I was getting job interview invites. All right. So after a while, after I got a very trustworthy clients, I basically moved out from the platform. Yeah, move out of the platform, and started working with them directly without the platform. I'm not recommending that to anyone. All right, I just chose a very trustworthy clients, and I moved out of the platform. But yeah, that's the point. Hopefully I answered that question, Rukshan.
Yes, Mr. Pasindu, you definitely answered it very well, and thank you very much for that as well. I think we had a very successful session today on the topic freelancing on Upwork. So this will be the first topic and the session that we will be bringing to you guys under our session series Rank Up with Syeta. So tonight with us, Syeta Labs joined was Mr. Pasindu Upendra, who is the founder of Todd Creatives. Todd Creatives is a web development company in Sri Lanka, delivering web solutions since 2015. So, Mr. Pasindu Upendra, thank you very much again for joining with us tonight to share your experience and valuable insights on freelancing on Upwork.
Thank you very much again, Rukshan, for giving me the opportunity to share my experience. And I hope that you guys learn something. I mean, I'm not an expert. I'm just sharing my experience with you guys. So I hope you guys learn something from my experience. And if you have any questions, you can reach me out to my Facebook, or you can reach me out at pasindu at creatives.com. If you have any questions, just shoot me an email, or yeah, reach me out, and I will help whenever I can. All right, with anything. All right. Uh,
Yes, Mr. Pasindu, thank you very much, and you're
all right, guys.
welcome.
Good night.
Okay. So, next, to give you some insights and some inspiration to you, I invite Mr. Danushka Ariyaratne, the Chief Strategy Officer and Chief Marketing Officer at Syeta Labs. Mr. Danushka?
Thank you, Ruksha. And I thank Mr. Pasindu for delivering us a really great session on freelancing on Upwork. Uh, so, uh, as Seattle Labs, uh, we try to popularize this idea of Upwork freelancing, and also because of that, we have created a Upwork agency as well. So in that, uh, you can work as normal freelancers, as well as you can join our Upwork agency. Then we work with our team as well. So as Seattle Labs, uh, we have kind of a community around us. So we help each other, and there are some people who are good in client communication, and some people are good in technical development and other things. So we try to combine those two groups and get the most out of it. Since freelancing is kind of one area where we can earn some foreign income to the country. So it also something that we care about doing it. So we have shared some form with you. If you can, you can see it now in the screen. So you can go there, you can create an Upwork profile. So if you are interested, you can join with us by filling the details. You just have to give us your Upwork email. Then you can reach us out. You can ask anything about Upwork, and we will help you out as to our strength. Um, so since it's more than 1 hour, so I'll stop here. Thank you, uh, Ruksha.
Thank you very much, Mr. Danushka. So, guys, I think you had a great and educative session tonight. This session was brought to you by Syeta Labs, a growing startup in Sri Lanka, redefining the way of digital life. You can visit us at syetlabs.io, and you can follow us on our social media on Facebook. You can also reach out via email, hello@syetlabs.io. And we hope you had a great time and an educational session. Stay tuned with Syeta Labs for more upcoming sessions on Skill Up with Syeta. So, till we meet again, good night and stay safe.